Hello everybody, PsyStarcraft here, back with some YouTube commentaries. I know I've been streaming a lot lately and I haven't been dishing out a lot of YouTube stuff, but part of that reason, if you follow me on Facebook and Twitter, which if you do, then you are a baller and you are way cooler than anyone else who isn't following me that I'm talking to right now, is that I have recently reformatted my computer as well as moved into a new location. So the whole internet situation and the whole what do I need to download, install, drivers, security, stuff like that for my computer is still getting worked out. I'm pretty much where I was at last time as far as being ready to cast. My computer is running much better and I'm really happy about that. I'm getting constant, oops, I need to enable the sound. I'm getting constant 60 FPS in fraps and I could not be happier in my pants. But as you guys know, I have been laddering a lot lately. Some of it when I shouldn't be, aka when I've been drinking. I think I went like 1 and 14 when I drank, and otherwise I'm like 25 and 5 or something crazy like that. So my record should be a lot better than it actually is. I urge you to ignore my ladder record and just think of my sober record as being my ladder record. But anyway, we have a Zerg versus Zerg on Shakira's Plateau, and as you guys know, I've been trying out this very economical metagame Zerg style, and it's a bit risky against early aggression, but I like the way it's been working, and I'm going to try it again this game, and if you guys want to give it a shot, then you can. It's first of all, of course, it's going to be a 15 hatch, and the thing I like about this is it's very positional. You have to position your units very well, and you make a lot out of the units that you make. You get a lot out of them. And also, it avoids the whole Zergling-Baneling confrontation, which I think is great. I hate Zergling-Baneling. I mean, I've done Zergling-Baneling several times, and I'm not that bad at it. My micro and decision-making are actually pretty good. But I just don't like it. It's not fun. I think Roaches are a lot more cool, even though oftentimes it ends up being Roach Infestor versus Roach Infestor, Roach Hydra versus Roach Hydra Infestor, whatever. But anyway, let me just make sure you guys catch this build. So notice no early gas, and the reason for this is because I'm going to be going straight into Roaches, and when you go into Roaches, you really need minerals for the Roach Warren and the 2 Queens, so the gas is going to come much later. There it goes, so 18 gas, and then the Overlord at 17. And my opponent is fast expanding. Now, I like my build against fast expanding builds because it's completely defensive until you get mutas. You will be going into mutas after a couple Roaches, so spawning pool will finish here. Production tab showing pretty much the same thing for both of us. And I'm only going to make 2 lings. That's it. I'm not going to get my metabolic boost. I'm only going to put 2 drones on gas because I've worked it out so that 2 drones on gas will get me just the right number of gas that I need for the number of roaches I want. And as you can see, 1 queen started, 2 queens started, as well as the Roach Warren. So just 2 lings for what map control I can get, what scouting I can get. And then the Roach Warren immediately. And here is another moment you want to make sure not to supply cap yourself. So I am getting an Overlord at 25 out of 28. And that's very important, Overlord, because you want supply available for the Roaches you're about to pump. Now, if he goes 10 pool, yes, you will be vulnerable. But in this case, he went hatch first, which is pretty common on Shakira's Plateau in a Zerg versus Zerg. So I'm feeling pretty safe so far. And notice I have not transferred. I'm not going to transfer my drones until I do feel safe with that initial bust of Roaches. Bust of Roaches, is that like Murder of Crows or something? Bust of Titties, I don't know. And you can see I'm getting 1, 2, and I should be getting 3 and 4. 3 Roaches coming out, and I don't know what the 4th one, where the 4th one's at. I think I'm waiting for a larva right now, but the Overlord is popping another Overlord, and there's the 4th Roach. I recommend getting 5 Roaches and 1 Spine Crawler. 5 Roaches and 1 Spine Crawler. Now this build works best on a map with a choke like this from your main to your natural, so that's very good. And you want to use 3 of those 5 Roaches to wall off, and then you want to build 1 Spine in the mineral area of your expansion, which actually I forgot to do this time, and actually I'm 1 Roach down. I should have 5 Roaches. 3 of them here, 2 of them here, as well as a spine. And the great thing about this is if you check out the drone count, it lets you drone up incredibly hard. It's now 32 to 22, and I can defeat almost any number of lings with 1 queen, 5 roaches, and a spine. The problem is, as I said before, I'm 1 roach less than I should have. And also, I did not get my spine. I forgot about the spine, but you can see the minerals work out where a spine would be highly affordable. Layer coming in, and I did put my 3rd drone on gas. Layer coming in around 6:30, and I'm going to be droning up incredibly hard and going on 3 gas now. And here is where, an attack happens. Now, you have to keep in mind, I am up by 14 drones, so theoretically, I can afford to lose 14 drones during this attack. But he is coming in. The Roach is a little bit out of position. You got to get that Roach into your mineral line. Both of them want to be clumped up against the mineral line or clumped up against these Roaches. Now he's going to go after my drones. But again, I can afford to lose a lot of drones. It looks like I did. No, I did not get another Roach. So two things already causing these slings to do a lot more damage than they should. Number one, only 4 Roaches, not 5. And my spine is not complete. But look at this. This is how good Roaches are on a choke. Against slings in this kind of situation. I'm just kind of pushing my drones up against my Roaches, preventing them from being attacked. And you can see I am surging out some more Roaches, and my opponent, meanwhile, is droning behind this. So very smart of him to go in with these slings like that, kill as much as he can, and drone behind it. And remember, despite not having that Roach or that spine, I'm still up by 5 on harvesters even after he made 6 drones. So I've got better tech, my lair's on the way, his lair's not on the way. I've already got Roaches from my Roachborn, I've already got a spine on defense, and it's looking pretty good for me. Now 37 to 28, and he comes again, and this time I do have that spine. I've got the 3 Roaches blocking the ramp, and he's going to be focusing down a couple drones, so some nice play there from Zhu, making the best out of his Zerglings. And despite losing tons of drones, still 31 to 30. Check out the units. I've got more Roaches. I've got the same Overlords. I've got one less Queen, but now droning up once again. 36 to 32. And here comes my Spire, and he's just now getting his lair. So these mutas are going to be incredibly fast. And I'm running off of just 2 geysers right now, so I'm not going to be able to make a ton of mutas. But just imagine if I got the defenses that I initially wanted against all those lings, I'd be running off 4 gas, 50 plus drones, and I'd be looking a lot better than I am now. But you know, Zhu, it looked like he did a ton of damage with those lings, and I'm still going to be shooting ahead of him in the harvester count. He's actually running off of 3 gas with only 31 harvesters, which is a bit suspect. His mineral economy is going to be really low because of it. This is not a good sight to see as Zerg. You do not want to have 7 drones on gas while you're on minerals while you're running on 3 gas. So the purpose of this build, if you haven't figured it out yet, is defend with spines and Roaches, as you can see here, because that really limits your larva use, and you can spend the rest of it on drones. Get good map control, map vision with the Overlords, produce your Spire, and then you're not going to commit to mutas. Most cases you're not going to commit to mutas. Depending on what your opponent does, you might. But you're going to get the Spire and about 6 to 9 mutas, depending on how much gas you were able to accumulate. In this case, I'm only at 5 because his harassment was pretty effective. But the mutas are just going to force your opponent... Shut the hell up, cat! I'm casting! Oh, you're so cute. The mutas are going to force your opponent into, you know, spores, into extra queens, into hydras, maybe into early infestors, something he doesn't want to get. And it's really great. That's really all you need them for. And of course some harassment, some drone killing, some queen killing. But right after you get about 8 mutas, which is exactly what I have now, I think. I thought I saw 8. I only have 5. Okay, looks like I only have 5. I thought I had like, oh, I have 6 now. 6 mutas. And now watch my production tab. Mutas give you map control, taking my 3rd base. It's still up by 5 on harvesters. I'm killing off a couple Overlords. Now, it's really a judgment call. You can choose to kill Overlords, or you can go for the mineral lines. I feel like this map is so big that this would happen. He would just get a spore, and I wouldn't be able to kill the drones. But I guess the Overlords aren't going to run in the meantime. So, but anyway, look at the production tab following up these mutas. Roach attack, Roach speed, mass Roaches, mass drones. Meanwhile, my opponent is forced to go into a Hydralisk den, which he probably didn't want to go for. And due to this map control here, I am going to be able to scout out these Roaches and take them out before they can do anything. This is a really common response that Zerg players will do against this build that I've been using. Is they'll kind of panic. They'll feel like, wow, all I have is Roaches. I better go attack and make something happen with him. I think in this case, he's just using them to stall my mutas. That's fine with me. I wasn't planning on doing tons of damage with those mutas anyway. And now I'm up by 12 on harvesters. There's no way he can take a 3rd base just because I've got the map control of the mutas. I've got it scouted out here. And he just really wouldn't be able to do a whole lot against it. Down goes that Roach. And now 11 Hydras. He's producing 11 Hydras against just 6 mutas. Remember, I'm still just making 6 mutas on my 3rd base. My +1 for my Roaches is almost done. It's getting there. Getting Overlord speed, Roach speed almost done, as well as an Overseer. I did see him burrow, so I'm making an Overseer at my choke, just in case he tries something tricky. And this is where I scout the Hydras. Still 58 to 45 in the harvester count, scouting the Hydras. And the problem with this many Hydras is, you know, Hydras are good, but when you have, let's see, when you have 11 Hydras to 11 Roaches, that's not good. The opponent's Roaches are going to be able to get in the back and just take down those Hydras fast. And nice little burrow right there, being quite annoying. But this is why I got the Overlord speed and the Overseer. Looks like Nubitai's Carapace almost finished. Gonna move in and scout out those roaches. So those roaches are gonna go down. He's probably not gonna try any more burrow tricks, but still, 6 mutas, just giving me so much map control, not letting the roaches get in and do a whole lot, and now following up with these roaches. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys my roach count sooner because I've been pumping out a lot. And now 38 roaches to a meager 11 hydras and 14 roaches. Yes, he's gonna have his +2 pretty quickly. It's almost finished. Well, I only have my +1, but my drone count's higher, my base count, my larva count's higher, and I'm going to be engaging here. He's almost +2. He probably wants to wait for that +2 before he engages. Got to be careful with my mutas. Going to float my mutas back. Hydrogen on the way to supplement my roaches, as well as 10 more roaches. Harvester's still up by 10, and here we go. We got a pretty big battle. Not really worried about losing my mutas at this point. I just want to soak up as much damage as I can with them, attacking and moving in. When you recognize you have a bigger force than your opponent in a ZVZ, you want to attack, move in as much as possible. And I was able to route his attack because he was so heavy into hydras. He didn't realize I was going roaches. And oh no, Roachy! No, Roachy! No! Oh, you're so bastard. Nice burrow though, regenerating some hit points. Oh, losing control of some of his roaches. Down they go. Looks like I am going to supplement with some hydras, as I mentioned earlier, and in comes RufusZhu once again. But again, I realize I have him outnumbered, so I'm going to attack, move, attack, move. Hydras now fleeing a bit more. Harvester count now 61 to 45, and because of those mutas, he never could safely pick up a third base. He overproduced hydras. He had to make a couple spores. And the defense with the early roaches was good enough to secure that lead, despite not getting the spine and getting the extra roach, so he just leaves the game because he knows he's pretty much done. I had a lot of roaches and a lot of hydras on the way anyway. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a very fun build. Again, it is susceptible to anything faster than a 14 pool. You know, 6 pool, 10 pool can do quite a bit of damage to it. You got to have some drone micro. Some early baneling pressure could get a bit hazy, but let me know what you guys think about it and experiment with it, and let me know you know, what other weaknesses you find. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. ZVZ is fun. Thanks for watching.